Hi you guys, and welcome to What Would Mom Say Money Series number 7. Today we are going to talk about bad money habits and how to fix them. So this is something that we all have, including me, including everyone, and let's figure this out early so that we can be better later on. So one of the first bad money habits that a lot of people have is they're not balancing the in and the out. So basically they have more coming out than they have going in. This is huge. If you don't get this under control, you will fail at money. So let's handle it. All right, so in order to fix this, we need to budget. So what that means is we know our income. Let's write this down here. We know our income, and we know what we have outgoing. You guys, this is as easy as you sit down, you figure out exactly what you have coming in. You write the numbers down. Your bank statements are excellent for telling you what you have coming in. Once you have this number right here, you need to start making a list of everything that's going out. The very first thing on your outgoing list should be paying yourself first. You guys, if you've ever listened to anything that Mom has to say, you listen to this. You figure out your income, and your very first out one is pay yourself. From there, you can figure out your rent, your car, your phone. You probably have to buy food. You know, you also should have a little bucket here for fun money. All right, etc. Okay, you guys, it is really important that you get these lists down, okay? If you haven't already done that, please go sit down with the budgeting book that I thought I would tell you about in one of the past money series videos. Get out your budgeting book. You guys have to write some of this stuff down. You need to keep track of it. Now, don't make the mistake that when this gets bigger, that these ones get bigger. If this gets bigger, make sure that your very first outgoing amount is the very first thing to get bigger, okay? You guys, always make sure you're paying yourself first. Love yourself that much. All right, on to the next one. Next bad habit is having credit card debt. If you have credit card debt, you need to pay that off as fast as you can. And one of the ways that we're going to get through this is we are going to start using our fun money, okay? So instead of putting things on our credit card over and over, you guys just come on over here. You guys have budgeted for fun money. That's what you're going to use for your credit card, all right? So that's where we're going to start for that. We need to make some space on this board, so I'm going to clear a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, I just changed the line a little bit. Having credit card debt, the fix to that is the fun money. So moving on to the next thing. Something that people always make a mistake at is they trade cost for value. What I mean by that is, so for example, you buy something that is going to take less money. I'm just going to use something really simple. Let's say you go to the dollar store and you buy a broom for $1. Well, it's probably going to break, and then you're going to have to spend the gas and spend the time and go back and get a new broom. You are better off just to buy a good broom, and it's not going to break, and you're going to have it for years and years and years and years, right? So trading cost for value. So you need to just think about the value, think about and buy value. You guys, because low cost isn't always what you're going to end up paying the lowest price on in the long run. So just remember that. Okay, moving on to the next bad money habit. Keeping up with the Jones. I don't even have friends named Jones, and neither should you guys, because we're not keeping up with them. We are not keeping up with the Jones. You guys, once you have your budget, then keeping up with the Jones is not an option. So if you have friends that you're trying to keep up with who have a way bigger income, they probably haven't budgeted it all out, but if they do, here's what you need to do. Get new friends. Ta-da! Yeah, I know that you guys are thinking, Mom, we're not giving up our friends. Well, okay, fine. If you don't want to give up your friends, quit trying to keep up with them, or, listen to this, become an influencer. So there is a ton of stuff that you guys can do that's not going to cost a lot of money. If you're constantly trying to keep up with your friends who are spending a lot more money than you need to get creative. You need to think about ways to have fun that maybe aren't going to cost as much money. You know, hiking doesn't cost a lot of money. You have some boots and you drive to a place and you walk through the wilderness. Yay! That's not as much as maybe going to a tropical paradise every year, but you still get the beauty of the surroundings. So you guys need to do some of that. It's a bad money habit to try to always be doing everything all your friends are doing if you guys don't have the same amount of income. All right, enough about that. What are the next bad money habits that I want to see you kids avoid is failing to take advantage of tax shelters. And so what I mean by that, you guys, is if you are just having your one bank account, your second bank account, and you're just saving there, instead of learning about, well, here's the fix, you guys. Taking advantage of tax shelters, if you're not, it means you have to learn about, in Canada, RRSPs, tax-free savings accounts, or if you're in the States, because I know part of our family is not just from Canada, you also need to look at Roth IRAs or 401ks. All right, so that's for any of my kids who might be living in the States. So you guys need to learn about tax shelters, and if you're not taking advantage of them, figure it out. There is a ton of people who can give you direction on that. And so last but not least, give me one sec. Okay, so last but not least, and I know that some of my foodies are going to hate this, but one of the bad things that you're doing is you're spending too much money on food. So cut that crap out. You guys, you need to learn how to cook. This is how you fix it. You learn to cook. You guys, one of my favorite things to do is romance the ordinary. You can have an amazing time cooking at home, learning to cook. It might be just totally, it might just validate you as a person. So learn how to cook. Quit spending your money on food that you don't need. And so that includes eating out. That includes buying coffee and water. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. You bring your coffee or your water, so stop buying drinks. You bring your water in a water bottle from home, you make your coffee and you bring it into some kind of a to-go container. And if you want a fancy drink, buy yourself a fancy cup and make your fancy drinks at home. That's really easy. So get on that. Here's another way that you need to stop spending too much money on food. One of the ways to fix that is to meal plan. If you go into the grocery store and you have a meal plan, all of a sudden now you know exactly what you're buying. You're going to have exactly what you need to make your meals. You're going to be way more organized. It's going to be a lot easier if you get to the point where you're like, I'm so hungry, I need to eat right now. That's when we tend to go out and spend our money on food and fast food and whatever. So plan your meals in advance. Do your grocery shopping according to your meal plan. Romance the ordinary by cooking together at home. You are going to save a ton of money. Anyways, it should be budgeted. You should have the money on food in your food budget. And so you're not going out and spending above that. That's a really key thing. Anyways, you guys, that's all I have to say about that. Stop these bad money habits now. Please remember that the number one thing you need to do is balance your budget, and the first thing on your outgoing list should be paying yourself first. You guys, I love you. You're brilliant. I know you guys have the light of a galaxy inside of you, and I love you to pieces, and I want the best for you, and I want to see you thrive and survive and be amazing, because it's all in you to give. Anyways, your mom loves you. Take care. Bye.